Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Paul. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of California based in the Central Valley region. Thank you for stopping by. This is a new channel. I'm trying to get it off the ground, so I appreciate the minutes of the time or the second of time that you share with me on here. Today, I just want to talk about the truth about living in the Central Valley region. A lot of people live in the Central Valley region. And so I chose to decide to do this video to share with you 5 pros and 5 cons to express the real reasons why people live in the Central Valley region of California. So, pro number 1. The primary reason, in my opinion, people move down to this area is because it's affordable. That's the truth. Plain and simple. It's relatively affordable compared to other parts of California, especially the big cities, LA, San Francisco, San Diego. Compared to those areas, the Central Valley region is moderately priced. Like I said earlier, when you think California, you think really expensive. People think Hollywood, all the famous stars, celebrities, which in turn means a lot of money, that it's expensive. Well, that's not necessarily the case. You have a lot of people who are just everyday people. They just go about their lives. They just want a decent life for themselves. So the Central Valley region, which consists of a couple of counties, Kern County, Kings County, Fresno County, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of cities in the central area. People come here to give themselves something different from what's in the big cities. Pro number 2, it's a tight-knit community. It offers community for most people. Neighbors know each other, kids can play outside, there's a sense of belonging here. Of course, when I say here, I don't mean one particular place, I mean in some, if not most, of the cities around here, because of the fact that there aren't that many people. It doesn't have the same characteristics as the busy cities where everyone is just about go, 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 go. They're just trying to get to their destination. They're trying to beat traffic. They're trying to avoid each other because they're so stressed out. Nobody wants to be nice to each other or want to say hi to the other person. It's a bit different around some of the cities in the Central Valley area. It's a little slower and there's a bit more, you could say people have more time to look at the other person and acknowledge the other person. The third pro is that it is centrally located, hence the name Central Valley. It's in the middle of California. To the south, if you were in the Kings County area, it's about 3.5 hours south to Los Angeles, and it's about 3 hours up north to San Francisco. To the west, you have the coast, the one freeway. Towards that region is about 2 hours, and to the east of that is the sequoias, the mountains, and that's about another give or take 2 hours. I have to verify that, I'm not quite sure. You centrally located, and there's so much to do around you. Pro number 4, the fourth reason that I consider an advantage or a reason why people choose to live in the Central Valley area is because it provides opportunity for growth. Now, think about the fact that the places that you celebrate or you think that are really attractive right now, and like the big cities I've mentioned before, they weren't like this 100 years ago. The Central Valley is expanding. A lot of new constructions are happening across the region. You drive a few miles down and you see another construction going on. You're trying to drive to the next city, you go by a few more new constructions in this area. Roads are opening up, lands are being sold to new developers who are building new houses. You have apartments, you got homes with a lot of yard space, a lot of opportunity for growth here. The number 5 reason why I believe people move to the central area is it provides a slower pace, but a better quality of life, in my opinion. I should say again, like I've said before, the Central Valley area is not for everybody, and that's okay. Some people like it in the big cities, and because that's what they like, they go in that direction and then they plant their roots there. That's fine. Some people like things a bit more slow paced. Some people want to be able to get more bang for their bucks, like it said, more value for their money, be able to get a new house with the amount that they can afford, a lot more yard space so children can play in there, newer facilities, newer amenities. That's what some people like. Now, having said all of that, now let's talk about the things that some people don't like about this area. That's understandable. Nothing is perfect. The one con that I have listed here is that it gets really, really hot. I mentioned this in the previous video I did a while back, that I have witnessed in upwards of about 113 degrees here. It gets really hot. You park your car, and when you go back in there, it's hard for you to sit down. The summers, especially, it almost feels like it is 80-90% summer in the valley and some parts of in the Central Valley area. Not necessarily, but it could feel like that sometimes. But like I said, you tend to get used to it. If you work your life around it, you find ways to adapt to it. It's not entirely a deterrent for some people, but I'm just trying to put as much useful information out to you as possible to help you make an informed decision. It gets really, really, really hot in the Central Valley area. Another con is the air quality. Now, this one, I have experienced it, but not to the extent that some people have described it. But then I understand, because we're all built different. We all have different thresholds or susceptibility, if you will. For that reason, I must mention, yeah, the air quality is pretty poor, and I think it's because of the geography of the place. It traps pollution. Wildfire season only make it worse. Families with asthma or respiratory issues may really feel the impact around here. I tend to get a lot of allergies with sometime during the year, and if you suffer from allergies sometimes, this might be an issue. I'm saying from my point of view, it's not been enough reason to deter me from the benefits or from the things that I enjoy about this place. I've planted my roots here. I love it here. I don't mind it at all. I just adapt accordingly. It's not like I don't have allergies in other places I go to. It's just that the air quality in this place could get really, really, really poor. The third con I'm going to highlight here is the limited high-paying jobs. It is not as big as San Francisco, San Diego, or Los Angeles. It is not anything like that. Matter of fact, I think the two biggest cities here in the central area are Bakersfield and Fresno. And you have a lot going on in those two places, quite frankly, but they pale in comparison to their counterpart cities, if you will. Agriculture is a big business here in the central area because, of course, we have a lot of farms, agricultural jobs in this region as a result, but it's not a lot of diverse jobs. Like if you wanted tech jobs, entertainment jobs, you may not get as much, obviously, in these parts of the state. Fourth con, commutes and travel. So if you like working in areas like Sacramento, San Jose, or the Bay Area, you might be in for some long drives. Like I said earlier, I think it's about 3 hours plus, maybe even 4 hours, depending on how farther north you're going. If you live in the big cities, there are drawbacks to those areas. I could point out a few because I used to live in those areas for a while. If you have to commute all the way north or all the way south, it's going to be a couple hours drive for you, if that were the case. However, another way around it, depending on what it is you do, is there are jobs in the Fresno area and Bakersfield or surrounding areas, even in the county that you're in, whether it be Kings or Kern County or Tulare County. There are industries there and jobs in the healthcare sector, like I mentioned, for people, and they may not need to commute too far off to work. Con number 5, a fewer big city amenities. There's not much going on here in terms of fun or activity like you would have in the big city areas, like I mentioned before. Now, I'll try to read from my notes as I have it down here. If you're looking for luxury shopping, nightlife, or constant entertainment, you will find some options here for sure. Please do not mistake everything or anything I've said here to imply that nothing happens here. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that to the degree that it happens in the bigger cities, it is a little less here because obviously it's not as developed as those other areas. Like I mentioned earlier, the amenities here won't compare to anything like you have in the coastal areas. But then some people just like the simplicity, while some others like the buzz. So, to wrap this all up, those are the truth to living in the Central Valley region. You have the pros and the cons, like I shared with you. For most people, it's a trade-off between affordability and community versus the heat and the commutes, if I had to sum up everything I just said here. So if you are thinking of buying, selling, relocating to this area, this may be some of the insights or the type of insight that might help add to your research to help you make an informed decision. If you would be so kind, please subscribe to my channel, and I will continue to bring you as much value as I possibly can. Matter of fact, I'm going to commit to it. I want to try to get you as familiar with the Central Valley region as I possibly can. So until I hear from you again, thank you very much for staying with me through this video, and catch you in the next one.